Hello. Team Tectonics presents to you a video show, How Could We Improve the Way a Common Man Learns About Ebola Research? Sit back, relax, and enjoy this 5-minute video. Dr. Smith. I am not feeling well. I have fever, headache, joint and muscle pain, and stomach pain. I read that these are symptoms of Ebola. Please check if I have Ebola.
Let me take a look. Come and sit on this bed. It is common for anyone to confuse flu-like symptoms with Ebola symptoms.
I am scared of Ebola. It is the talk of the country. There is news everywhere.
You are not symptomatic to Ebola because you did not travel to Africa, nor came in close contact with someone who returned from Africa. You have flu. I will give you medicine.
Well, whatever. Can't someone get Ebola just like flu, which can spread airborne?
No, Ebola is not an airborne disease. It spreads only when someone comes in contact with bodily fluids such as sweat and saliva of a sick Ebola patient.
So, you are saying that Ebola is highly infectious but not highly contagious. I get it. Is there an approved drug to treat Ebola?
Not yet. Some drugs are being investigated and have shown promise. However, all Ebola patients are given supportive care including intravenous fluids and some antivirals.
What are these fluids?
These are nutritional fluids filled with vitamins, minerals, salts, amino acids, proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids to replenish the fluid loss due to hemorrhage in Ebola patients.
Can you please educate us about the research being conducted on Ebola at NIH and other drug companies?
We fund intramural and extramural research. The Vaccine Research Center has developed an Ebola vaccine in collaboration with the drug company GSK.
Wait a minute. Vaccines are made by injecting live virus into humans. To make Ebola vaccine, if a virus is injected, doesn't it infect a person before he or she develops antibodies?
That is why Ebola vaccine is not made using infectious virus. A non-replicating chimpanzee adenovirus vector containing only 2 gene segments of Ebola is used.
What are adenovirus vectors and how do they work, Professor?
These are a group of about 50 DNA viruses. Viral vectors are used as tools by scientists to deliver foreign genetic material into cells.
Who discovered this remarkable ability of viruses to efficiently transport their genomes inside the cells they infect?
In 1970s, Paul Berg first modified SV40 virus containing DNA from vector FH to infect monkey kidney cells.
Isn't it dangerous to inject viral vectors in humans?
No, the vectors are tested to be safe, non-toxic, and stable before using them as a vehicle to deliver Ebola and other genes.
So, how do these vectors deliver Ebola genes into animals and humans?
Ebola DNA fragment is injected into the vector. The vector then binds to a cell membrane, packages itself into a vesicle, and injects itself into the nucleus of that cell. The cell then makes new protein using the Ebola genes and releases it in the body. The released Ebola protein stimulates antibody production.
How is then vaccine produced in humans from antibodies?
The vector containing Ebola genes is itself a vaccine. The cells produce an Ebola protein, to which the body makes antibodies. These antibody reserves fight Ebola infection.
This is really cool, Professor. Scientists are now able to develop vaccines without actually injecting infectious viruses in humans. Who else is making Ebola vaccines?
I will tell you more details about the ongoing Ebola research. Let us go in my lab. We are also supporting Crucell Biopharma in developing a multivalent Ebola and Marburg vaccine using recombinant adenovirus vector platform.
Is it the same recombinant DNA technology we have heard about? Isn't that used by biotech industry to manufacture therapeutic proteins?
Yes, indeed. Here also a vector is introduced into the DNA of the multiplying cell. When it divides, it expresses the protein which the vector encodes. Let's now go to the lobby. Infectious is developing a VSV vector vaccine. MAP Biopharma is developing an antibody MB2003. BioCryst is testing a broad-spectrum antiviral nucleoside BCX4430.
Any other drugs are being developed for Ebola?
Last but not least, Bavarian Nordic is developing a vaccine using Vaccinia oncovector.
We are ripping Ebola virus apart, attaching pieces to vectors and developing vaccines. We will divide and conquer Ebola virus. Haha. Thank you, Professor, for enlightening us today.
You are welcome, Tom. Thanks for dropping by at my lab and inquiring about Ebola research. I am confident we will have drugs for Ebola very soon. Bye now.
Thanks for watching this show. We hope it was helpful and informative to you. This has been a presentation of Team Tectonics. Please leave your feedback.